All right, welcome back to New Cammack. He responds by opening fully automatic fire on all of you, spraying rounds wildly through the tunnel. However, let's roll for initiative.
Oh my god.
Damn, Blake.
What'd you get?
I rolled another 2.
Oh, man.
Yet again. Just my initiative rolls. Too much to ask the editor for the YouTube video. Can I get a montage of all of my initiative rolls?
Hell no.
Because I don't think I've rolled above 5 one time for any combat yet in the campaign.
I assume that he's just like spraying, like side to side.
Mm-hmm, yep.
I'm gonna dodge those bullets and shoot my own bullets.
I'm just gonna play an Uno reverse card.
Yeah.
Augustyn, what are you doing?
Well, shit. I don't have anything in my hands if he's shooting very suddenly.
You could throw the bear cub at him.
No. Oh.
Ooh.
He literally did that last time there was an attack underground.
And I huck my bear into the horde of rats.
Wait.
R.I.P.
You're throwing the bear cub into the rat swarm?
It was fucked up then. It's fucked up now.
I will run with the assumption that just whenever Augustyn gets nervous, he like palms a tomato, so you already have one in your hand. He kind of like stumbles a little bit and he holds his throat and a big squirt of blood comes out of it, and he falls down to his knees and falls on top of you, further stabbing himself on your hat and confusing the squirrel. Your ears are ringing a little bit from all of the gunfire that just happened in a storm drain.
Ma.
Well, imagine the sound of 100 people all having like whispered conversations between each other. You can barely make it out as being like human voices, but there's too much there to really make out and anything specific. These are ghost sounds. You hear ghost sounds. So Augustyn has the rifle and the walkie. Excavo has the vest. Does anyone grab the helmet?
The helmet's too gaudy. I don't want it.
Okay.
It doesn't like match. It doesn't match the ensemble that I currently am wearing already.
Absolutely not. There's a body bag, and there are bloody footprints going up and down this little tunnel.
Does it look safe to follow the footprints? No.
Well,
is that why we're here?
The footprints go into the room, and is presumably not safe in that room.
But that is why we're here. So I do follow.
Yeah, Augustyn peers in, and right behind his leering eye is also the barrel of his fully automatic, presumably loaded gun.
So you go into the room?
I poke my head around the corner to see if I can see what's in the room. Hopefully unnoticed.
You do that, and I have quite a lot to describe to you.
Oh dear.
On the floor, there are 3 body bags and bloody, mutilated corpses lying in various positions. The corpse on the table appears to have had its abdomen hollowed out, and a mass of thick vines has taken root inside of it. Finally, you look around, and you especially would spot several tall, reed-like plants in pots of swamp-like mud.
Do I recognize those plants coming, like, blossoming out of the swamp-like mud by any chance?
Of course, that's the first thing he asks about. Tell me more about the plants!
Can I suddenly be poking out beside and under him, saying, God, this looks even worse than that guard's helmet.
In the far corner of the room stands a short, shriveled, mummy-like figure wearing a plain white mask, a tattered gray robe, and rolls of cloth wrapped around his body, looking a little bit like Mum Ra, just to have an analogy.
Okay.
Immediately, one of the corpses rises to its feet and turns to face you. It is a pale woman with a vaguely frightened look frozen on her face, and you don't recognize her, but Excavo would, as the victim that she recently drained too much blood from and left to die on the street. The second corpse to stand up
No.
is a familiar-looking man carrying a clarinet and wearing a tuxedo, which is stained red from the
What?
blood flowing out of a horrifically slashed throat. Augustyn
Oh,
might
Don't
recognize
do it
this
to me.
person if his victims even matter to him at this point.
They don't.
Recognize him as the member of the gang called the Orchestra, whom he knifed in the
Throwback.
throat on his first night in the city. The third corpse to rise up and turn to you is a male, apparent suicide victim with pale skin and slashed wrists, which no one present recognizes, but something within Thurgood feels perhaps a small tinge of guilt, because this is, in fact, who Darby accidentally completely drained and then tried to stage what looked like a suicide scene.
Seems like it went great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to avenge my sweet Onion Jack, and I don't want him to be reanimated into a zombie, so I'm going for this dude. How would I ever get to him? Oh yeah, I can jump super high.
yes!
Oh,
yes!
dang.
I don't need Augustyn to grow me over there this time.
The vines are active for one turn. What specifically do you want them to do?
I want them to grab Throat/Zombie and then try and pull themselves through this grate until Throat/Zombie is smashed potatoes.
So, like, try and pull the zombie through the grate
Yeah.
Like he's Play-Doh.
like a Betty Spaghetti.
The plants successfully snag Throat/Zombie and appear to be holding him in place.
Okay.
I was hoping Throat/Zombie would try to play his clarinet, but it wouldn't work on his mouth and he'd have to do it with his gash.
I should have had the vines, like, puppet into Throat/Zombie through its open throat cavity.
Obviously.
Jesus
Why weren't you
Christ.
thinking?
So for me, I'm gonna put the gun right in his mouth and just pull the trigger. Like,
Good move.
it's right there on me. Yeah.
Excavo, give me a dexterity plus firearms roll.
0 + 2 is 2. Oh my god.
What?
Oh!
Nat 20.
Unreal.
Not only do you blow your attacker zombie's head completely off, it goes clean through that zombie and wings the next one. You jump and you swan dive into the water. It's beautiful. You are expecting to either just have like open water and you're swimming and you're adjusting your eyes to like try to like see
Oh, no.
details in here.
And suddenly I am not in
Oh,
the
no.
water, huh? Yeah.
Oh wait, what do you anticipate is going to happen?
I'm just like somewhere not watery.
It's actually
Right.
gold coins, a la Scrooge
Tons
McDuck.
of- Oh wait, what happens? What happens, Graham?
I like your interpretation. You reach out and you feel large scales, like on the back of something like a dinosaur, but like long and flat. On this like wall of scaly flesh, you see a collar and a little name tag, and you could just barely somehow make out the name
Oh no.
Wally.
Yeah.
And as you take it all in, you realize that this is a decaying, half-skeletal, rotting alligator.
Mm-hmm.
Your shotgun blast goes cleanly through its whole neck so that all that's left, this is like a Mortal Kombat fatality, all that's left is just the spinal column. Barely keeping the head up. It's moving its head around like a baby, like it's too... because it doesn't have muscles anymore.
Right. I think Thurgood just starts maniacally laughing, like, he lost his head! Just like totally not really with it.
Losing it.
Thurgood's just going insane.
Yeah.
Augustyn's vines finish their job and grab onto its body and start slowly dragging it toward the large grate in the middle of the floor and start pulling it bit by bit into the drain through the grates. Sure, we'll say Play-dohing his body.
Once they've completed their task, and I have successfully harvested my papyrus, I walk up to the grates that he has just been plated through and holler, "Forfeit! Obviate!"
Huh?
And one
To make unnecessary?
it is the only listed antonyms to encore.
What?
Huh.
He's a musician. The opposite of encore.
Oh. That's... Oh my god.
That's a different usage of that word that the thesaurus is thinking of.
It's a very Augustyn thing to yell. It looks at the three of you and roars thunderously, spraying maggots in your direction.
Is this the ghosts of all of our
Yes.
past
Yeah.
kills?
This is like the last episode of Seinfeld right now.
I love shooting her in the head.
Is that the... Okay.
Boy, I sure do love killing.
Whatever mental distress that Thurgood was under seems to crescendo over some breaking point and just disappear, you know? Like he's just all of a sudden very calm, and he drops his shotgun on the ground. He reaches up and he expertly grabs 2 chakram off the top of his wizard hat, and he says, "Seems like we got unfinished business." And he
Whoa, what?
charges full bore directly at Mama Bear.
This is not
Chakrams
good.
raised,
Oh my god.
ready for action, and he screams his own name. Darby Manor!
Until the next session, the return of Darby.
He's back, bitches.
Oh my gosh, baby. That was like my favorite moment of the campaign so far. I loved it.
So what did it? Was it the murdering and the killing that just brought him back out? Is that what it was?
I think it was the bear.
I think it was the bear.
Or was it
Yeah,
the bear?
it was seeing his previous nemesis return.
Nemesis.
Well, he's actually like really pissed at the bear because first off, he was attacked, and just for defending himself, everyone thinks he's a huge asshole for killing this stupid bear, and it's not even dead. This is some fucking bullshit.
I hope this isn't like boring as far as the party goes. I'm enjoying the dog shit out of min-maxing the ever-loving bejesus out of this character.
If that's what's fun, do it.
I like all the different ways that you're able to use plants and stuff. You're doing things I wouldn't specifically like myself think of, and that's
And
really
no
cool.
sane person should.
Plant murder? Yeah. It's like a weird limb.
Was it homicide, but like plants, so like herbicide?
Herbicide, yeah.
Let's say that like the next level of the Green Path is Augustyn gets to weaponize people's like gut flora.
Oh my god.
Way too strong.
Like, I went from not giving a hoot about much with the party to being abundantly self-aware that I have this vulnerable bear cub that ages at the same rate as normal mortality, so it's still a fucking bear cub. And we're all in these murderous situations where I'm like, shit, I should hit the deck and, like, protect the bear cub. It has no practical application to the campaign, but I am legitimately, like, trying not to get my bear cub murdered.
No, you became a dad and you found meaning in your life.
It's beautiful.
Your character found meaning in that way.
It's the only way any of us can find meaning.
We should figure out exactly what derangement Augustyn's going to get when that bear cub inevitably dies.
Is Darby going to kill it right now as part of his anti-bear bloodlust?